that Max got the fastest lap yesterday.
No, it looks like Luke Wallington got it on the 7th and the final lap.
Oh, because they did do the 2 races yesterday. That's what it was. What was his fastest lap of the weekend then?
56.3.
Okay, because 55.01 is the absolute thing. Because if it goes to a draw as far as the points go, because this is the battle for the champion of Snetterton we've got here, and it is very much a battle between Luke Wallington and Max Hardy. Now at the moment Max leads by 5 points, but obviously if he finishes second to Luke in this race, then that will be that 5 points made up, and then they'll be equal on points. So we're going to do a count back on lap times, and it's a 55.101 to Max from yesterday's earlier race. That is the crucial time at the moment, but obviously what Max would like to do is get another fastest lap and win the race, and that's what he's out to do.
Well, he's leading it at the moment as he go through the left-hander of Palmer's and turn number 3 on this 300 layout, and it's Max Hardy number 71, but Luke Wallington's right there with him and looks as though he's got a run on him as they go in towards Agostini's. Yes, later on the brakes, harder on the brakes on that Boost Honda. You're right, it doesn't sound the...
it doesn't have the ring to it, does it?
But either way, it looks good. So that purple and gold Boost Honda for Luke Wallington, number 49. He leads the way from the 71, the young man from near Peterborough on the 71 Honda. Oh, Luke's a little bit wide there, and that's just meant that Max Hardy can make up a few more tenths on him as they go round the right-hander of Oggies and looking for that inside line. Luke Wallington's just about holds on to the race lead then. So Luke leads from Max as they go round Williams and onto the back straight for the first time.
Tom Bemsee doing very well indeed. I saw him up in 3rd place there, just ahead of David Kraviecki as well. Those two having their own little scrap for the minor placings, or it's just a good placing here. But you're right, it is Wallington leading Hardy as they go down the back straight. And this particular race today is a 10 lap, but they've only got the 1 race today. This does count towards the championship of Snetterton. At the moment, it is Henry Ross who leads the way. So it would be Henry who won if these two, both DNF, God forbid. But I think these two are probably going to be looking to pick up a gold and a silver. But in which order, who knows? At the moment, it's going to be going the way of Max because he's leading the round Corums for this, the first time of asking. Kraviecki is up into 3rd there. I think that's Bemsee behind him as well. There's a good little scrap developing there for 5th place. But let's worry about the leaders as they come onto the straight and head towards the line for the first time. It's virtually side by side. Over the line they go at over 150 miles an hour. It is Hardy from Wallington by 0.03, so that's less than half a bike length. Kraviecki just 1.5 seconds back. Then it's Tyler Donovan actually, so he's the man on the move there. He makes up 4 places on the old retro machine. Of course, Tyler's already been out once, so he should be race fresh. Tom Bemsee has been relegated down to 5th place, and it's Tommy Jones. Very impressive riding from Tommy Jones this weekend. And then it's the man who I think is our first championship elect of the year, Sammy Cranston. He's done a fantastic job, and I think he has pretty much confirmed as our clubman champion, the first champion of the year. But I'm not quite sure how the power bikes work. We should have had a word about that as Max and Luke go side by side into Agostini's. Who's going to have the advantage there, Brad?
Yeah, Luke's got it. Number 49 of Luke Wallington. He outbreaks Max Hardy then for the 2nd time on the same amount of laps. So Luke Wallington leads the way from Max Hardy, and there's a big gap back to the number 188 of David Kraviecki. In fact, it's across the line was 1.4 seconds. So Kraviecki is there, but not quite in touch. So he's relatively lonely there in that 3rd position. And I'll tell you who else is pretty impressive as well is Kieran Smith, because on that opening lap he made up 14 positions.
And good at that.
Yeah, he was. I think he normally rides a Suzuki. I think he rode a Honda yesterday. I'm sure he's out there on a Suzuki today.
Oh,
so
okay. Chopping and changing the bikes left, right.
Drop us a message and let us know.
Yeah. His brother Corey, no mean rider himself, of course. Down the back straight they go once again. A little bit of chatter on the radio there, can't quite pick that up, and not quite sure how relevant it is because all sorts of messages do fly between the marshals. Go on, mate, what do you see?
Race leaders are through the bomb hole and on towards Corums, and Max Hardy's looking for the long way round on Luke Wallington to give him the inside in towards Murray's. Not quite close enough this time is the man on bike number 71. So Luke Wallington holds on to that race lead just about from Max Hardy, but again up through the gearbox, approaching 160, 170 miles an hour before hitting the brakes in towards Riches at the end of lap number 2.
Advantage then to Wallington by 0.2 of a second there. 56 is the times there. Kraviecki in 3rd, then it's Jones, Donovan, Bemsee, Cranston, Collins. So Tyler Donovan losing place there as Jones makes up 2 there. Very good riding by Tommy Jones, the rookie. Very impressive. You've got to put him down as a favourite for the Clubman Championship next year if he comes out to play. obviously, if he manages to hold on to this lead, and indeed the lead in the whole championship, he could well be elected our last ever Rookie 1000 winner, because Mindy Storpestis is not here this weekend, or hasn't been competing, unfortunately. Not sure what's happened to Mindy.
He got a result in the first race.
Yeah, I think the first race yesterday, so maybe he crashed in the second race.
Well, he's shown as 0 laps complete, but a DNF.
Okay, so maybe he didn't make it, as you say, but whatever the case, it means that Tommy Jones has taken over the front running, and of course these guys are actually arguing over the honour of being our last ever Rookie 1000 champion, because there won't be a Rookie 1000cc championship next year, because the ACU have moved the goalposts as far as that goes, so it'll be 600s will be your absolute limit. I think, well, actually I think probably 900 would be the limit, because, I don't know, do you know anything about the new rules from the ACU? Twins and triples, so the R9 would be eligible if something like Phil Seaton's machine does become a thing, and that could well become a thing. I guess you've probably had a look at that R9. Very impressive, isn't it? It's a stunning bit of kit, being ridden very well by the now 50-year-old Phil Seaton, but he's got some speed on him, that's for sure. He's our new Pete Baker, basically. Pete Baker's standing out today, if you're wondering where Pete is. He was here yesterday, just went out to I think he went out yesterday just to prove to himself he really doesn't want to race anymore. I think he just needed a reminding of why he stopped racing in the first place, but he still had a good time enjoying that Fireblade as you would. You couldn't have something like that in your garage and let it rock, could you? Have you seen his bike? It is stunning, isn't it? Right, talking about stunning, that is Hardy, because he's just come across the line with an 1/8 of a second advantage, having overcome his rival by a huge chunk on that particular lap. Kraviecki in third. Jones, Cranston makes up another 2 places. He goes past Bemsee. Unfortunately, Donovan goes back by 2. The good news for Tyler, though, is that he's still got a very good advantage over Smith, but Smith is coming fast, though he is around about 10 seconds back because of that rear of the group start. But Kieran Smith making up another place there as he goes past on Thompson. Rose goes past on Blackman. Hayes goes past a couple of people. Waters makes up a couple of places as well. We're losing somebody here. No, so there's a Morgan in the race, but that won't be Morgan Creasy, because for the simple reason that he ain't a rookie by any stretch of the imagination. See you later, Jez. All good.
Actually, Morgan was a rookie back in 2019, which was pre-COVID now, so that's the olden days.
It's prehistory as far as your generation's concerned, isn't it?
I was having a look at the progress of the number 16 of Tom Benstead on the Yamaha R1. I don't think we've seen him much this year, if at all, for Tom Benstead. I think the last time I saw him, Keith, was it was on a plane to the Czech Republic. I was going there for the sidecar crossing Quad Cross of Nations, and there was him and a few of his mates out there for a bit of a stag do. So that's for
recognise each other. Who recognised who?
I see, and I thought, I know you, but I don't know why I know you, because this isn't the scenario I normally see you in. I mean, if he was dressed in leathers and was next to an R1, I'd probably go, it's Tom. But say, it's a bit weird to be fair, but no, it's nice to have a bit of a catch-up at, 30,000 feet, as you do.
Yes, you do. Absolutely.
Max Hardy back in towards Murray's. Luke Wallington is just losing touch with the man from Peterborough now on that Honda. So it's Hondas 1 and 2. David Kraviecki, the former MRO 600 champion, he's right there in third position. No chance of missing him on that bright pink Yamaha R1. And he is lapping half a second quicker than Luke Wallington. So there are 6 laps to go, and the gap is less than 1 second between Wallington and Kraviecki. So we could well be looking at a battle for that second and third place position. But Max Hardy has a 2.7 second lead over the former Rookie 1000 champion of Luke Wallington.
Well, at the moment it looks like Max Hardy is going to be crowned our champion of the Snet, and hopefully that means that in 6 laps time we're going to be going downstairs. I'll grab that radio mic off you, and hopefully we'll be able to have a quick chat with Max down there, because he's coming back from mountain biking. Adrenaline takes care of pain very quickly, doesn't it?
I wouldn't know.
We'll have to work you on that one. So Collins doing well on that lap. Actually, Aaron Collins going past on Sammy Cranston. Unfortunately for Aaron, I think it's a little bit too late in the championship to be passing Sammy Cranston, but still going to put a smile on your dial, that's for sure. Smith stays where he is on that particular lap, as a retro machine of Rose also makes upper plays, but not in terms of class. It is still Donovan, Smith and Rose in that order. Tyler has got a advantage of 8 seconds over Smith at the moment. And Smith being his main problem, of course, because he could well take some championship points away.
Jamie Thomas is in this race as well. He came into this weekend second in the championship, and he is currently fourth in class, so that'll be 13 points.
Yeah, so he needs those points as well, because I tell you what, Kieran Smith is coming fast. Kieran missed the Donington round. Oh, sorry, Jamie missed the Donington round then, didn't he? Because he crashed out, didn't he? Kieran missed the first 2 rounds. Fair play to Tyler Donovan. He's doing it the right way. He's won half a dozen races, but he's also plugging away, just picking up the points here, there, and everywhere. The other one who's won a race in this class actually is Darryl Dance, who obviously only came out to play at one meeting for some reason. So he's another one who could have taken his Suzuki to a little bit more glory. As the leaders come across the line for the halfway point with Hardy, Kraviecki, Wallington, Jones in that order. So that's a swap for seconds. So Kraviecki passing Wallington there. So the former champion of Snetterton is helping the champion of Snetterton a length there potentially. Kraviecki winning 3 or 4 years ago.
Was he
now
champion of Brands as well, where he is
joint,
wasn't he? Yes, that was it.
He hadn't decided on the count back as far as the lap times go there.
It'd be a difficult one to do as well, wouldn't it? Trying to split it between 1,000 and the 600, but going back on lap times, that would...
Yeah, well, that would be, I think, the way you'd have to do it in that case, I think you could only look at how much of a better lap time than your nearest rival. That would be the only fair way to do that, I think. And...
I can see the top 6 are through on one of the tail enders in this MRO Reactive Parts MRO Powerbike race as well, but the leader is already down the back straight and heading towards the left and right of Brundles and Nelson's, but Hardy 3.3 seconds was the advantage, in fact 3.4 over David Kraviecki as they came across the line. So
that'll be one of our rookie 1000cc machines, and if you look at the times they're doing across the line, so it'll be one of our rookie 30 seconds slower than our leading group, and that is a huge amount in race terms. I mean, 30 seconds on a 2-minute lap, that means you're going to get lapped twice in this particular race, and you can see why the ACU are probably going to say, do you know what, you don't need a 200 horsepower machine, because you're getting around here in the same sort of time that an MZ, or less, or slower time than an MZ manages actually. So yeah, we're MZ lap record 2:20. Yeah, so these guys are going 10 seconds slower than an MZ around here. So yeah, if I had a 1000cc machine and I was getting beaten by an MZ, I'd be a little bit humbled to say the least. There goes Hardy there, nothing humbling him today, as he comes across the line in fine style, and I think there's been a change there for second, because Wallington has said, no, Mr. Kraviecki, I want the silver medal in this race, because he goes back past him. This has allowed Hardy to open up the gap to a 3.5 second gap, and he has got the fastest lap of the race as well, 55.1, so he has comfortably got the fastest lap of the weekend as well. So looking very good indeed to have his name engraved on that large silver trophy that a lot of you would have seen in the office this morning. Kraviecki, Jones, Bemsee, Collins, no changes anywhere else in the order there, as the next few runners and riders come along, and again they're all reasonably close. Hold on one moment, I'm going to give you over to Bradley, because I think somebody wants to talk to me.
So Hardy with a 3.6 second advantage. Luke Wallington back in front of David Kraviecki, but the race leader is already in towards Oggies now, looking for the fight for second, and Kraviecki has it back. So David Kraviecki retakes that second position in this MRO Powerbike race with 3.5 laps to go. So David Kraviecki on that all-pink Yamaha R1, number 188, former MRO 600 champion. Not quite had the same success on that R1, but it's certainly looking good so far. Second position at this stage, ahead of the number 49 of the former rookie 1000 champion from a few years ago. That is Luke Wallington, but they're heading down the back and in towards Brundles and Nelson, so we'll pick them up in just a second. Through they go, there goes Max Hardy on towards the bomb hole, and Corums through goes. That's Luke Wallington back in the second position there, ahead of Kraviecki. I'm sure that was the order as they came through the bomb hole, and indeed it is. So Luke Wallington, number 49, back into that second place position ahead of David Kraviecki. But round Murray's and onto the front straight once again for the number 71 of Max Hardy. This will be 7 laps down and 3 more to go. So here comes Max across the line, and just 3 laps to go in this event. There is Luke Wallington, and then the 188 of David Kraviecki. That is the order inside the top 3. Next up will be the first of the rookie 1000s, we believe, the orange and blue Yamaha, orange and blue Honda of Tommy Jones. Then there's Tom Benstead, Aaron Collins up next. And that is the first of the clubmen. Sam Cranston, number 100, He is next up, second of the Clubman's, 7th position overall. Tyler Donovan will be next up, first of the Retros, at a track that he seems to go really well at. Whether it's one that he likes or not, I suspect that it could well be. But he took his first ever win here at Snetterton a couple of seasons ago, and he's looking good for another victory in this Retro 1000 Championship. So the race leader now in towards Hamilton's. Behind the tree. They do go out of sight momentarily there from a vantage point in the commentary box, but Max Hardy is through. There goes Luke Wallington and David Krawiecki. A little bit of chatter on the radio. We'll try and keep an eye and an ear out for that one. Nothing immediately obvious from where we stood, with the top 3 now in towards Oggies. Tom Benstead is through on Tommy Jones, and that is a good fight that we're looking for there. That is on circuit, of course. Benstead in the MRO Powerbikes, Tommy Jones in the Rookie Thousands, and Tommy goes for the inside pass at Oggies. Does he? No. Tom Benstead said no. So Tom Benstead holds on to it. Aaron Collins in a relatively lonely position there, but leading the way in the Clubman's. He's 5.5 seconds up the road from Sam Cranston. That is 6th and 7th position on circuit. They're round Williams and onto the back straight now. And looking, there is Kieran Smith as well. So Tyler Donovan, first of the Retros through Oggies. Next up will be the number 1, 2, 3 machine of Rose. That's Justin Rose and Kieran Smith third in the Retros. But great battles all the way down the order. I think that could well be Danny Brennan, is it? No, we're looking down the order. I think it may be one of the Rookie Thousands there. Wynn, Driscoll and Nunes, actually. They're having a good fight for 3rd, 4th and 5th in the thousands. But here comes Max Hardy once again to start the penultimate lap. 8 laps down, 2 more to go. There goes Luke Wallington, who's put quite a lot of time into David Krawiecki. 1.6 seconds is his advantage now, and Wallington lapping 0.6 of a second quicker than the race leader. But that's not quite enough there. 2.8 seconds is the gap, and we do have 2 laps to go.
Okay, Bemsee goes past on Jones there, but still a very impressive performance from the rookie. The other thing I noticed on the screen there, mate, was the number 1, 2, 3 machine of Justin Rose going past on Kieran Smith that particular lap. You don't expect to be saying that into the race. That is for a silver medal versus a bronze medal there. So definitely a bit of a scrap there. Carl Thompson hanging on to 3rd in the club. And go, mate.
Justin Rose now on Tyler Donovan, so he's closed up by 3.5 seconds on that lap has Justin Rose, so he's found.
Yeah, he's got PB there, and you're right, he's not too far away from the best lap of the race. And yeah, I don't know where he suddenly found that speed, but that's something very impressive from him, isn't it?
It's not bad, is it? As they go towards Wilson's now, of course, formerly Montreal, round the right-hander up there at Wilson's, then on down towards Palmer's in front of the banking. They'll be back into our sight any moment now. In fact, there they are. Tyler Donovan, number 19, holds the lead still, but it's a very slim advantage over Justin Rose, and they do have just shy of 2 laps remaining. Race leader number 2. No worries, so 2.8 seconds.
So yeah, we just changed the moment.
No worries.
But no, I didn't want to interrupt you mid-flow there, but now I have. You've forgotten what you were saying, haven't you? Don't worry about it. You're not old enough to do that yet.
Max Hardy's coming around Corrams now, and Luke Wallington there is looking secure in that 2nd position at the moment, but it's not quite enough for this champion of Snetterton accolade. So Ram Murray's onto the front straight to start what will be the final lap then for the MRO Powerbikes, and we see that Max Hardy, I think that may be Mark, his dad down there, just showing that he's got quite a big advantage over Luke Wallington. So 2 seconds is the gap.
Very technical stuff there from Mark, former YPM champion back in about 2009 or something like that.
That's 16 years ago then.
Yeah. You were barely out of nappies then. Well, mind you, I could say that about 2 years ago. So don't worry about it. Okay.
I'm looking there, Aaron Collins is through on Tommy Jones. That was an on-track battle. Of course, Aaron Collins leading the way in the Clubman's, but that means there's a bite between him and Sam Cranston, but there is about 8 seconds between them. Tommy Jones leading the way in the thousands.
He's been very impressive this weekend, hasn't he, Tommy Jones? Was on pole position yesterday for this race too, so clearly hooking up very nicely indeed.
So next up will be the Retros, and that is Justin Rose, number 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, he's doing a great job there, chasing down on the Tyler Donovan there. He's come from a fair old way back to beat Tyler Donovan there. I'm wondering if Tyler's going to have an answer to him, or whether he'll recognise the bike of Justin and go, you know what, you're not the champion, mate. If I can pick up 20 points here, I'm looking very safe indeed. And obviously Tyler is another man with a busy schedule, doing 4 races every day, of course. Not quite as busy as Morgan Creasy with his 6, but nonetheless 4 races wrestling these big bikes around is a fair old effort, isn't it, Bradley?
Yeah, absolutely, but he's doing a good job of it. Is Tyler Donovan. retros, but we'll try and keep an eye on their split times because they came across the line separated by 0.7 of a second. Personal best for both Justin Rose and Tyler Donovan. Watching out for our race leaders. Here comes Max Hardy. He's round through the bomb hole now and round Corrams. Luke Wallington, he's closed the gap on this final lap, but it won't be enough. If there was a couple more laps in this race, then it could well be that it will go down to the flag. But this time around, on this final lap, after 10 in the reactive parts, MRO Powerbikes, Max Hardy across the line. Number 71, he takes victory, and that will mean he is crowned champion of Snetterton.
Well, we're going to crown him properly there, Bradley.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, it's all right. So you've got better hearing than me. I need to turn it up to the max, mate. It's all good. Yeah. So we're going to pop downstairs and have a quick. Just a moment if you want. I'm going to go downstairs and we're going to get Paul Smith, boss of the ACU, to present.
So Max Hardy, Luke Wallington, just by 1 second on that final lap, and Luke Wallington was really pressing on there. He did a 1 minute 55.380 on that final lap. He went personal best in sector number 1 and purple in sector number 2. So a 55.380 for Luke Wallington. That will mean he lines up second on the grid for the race later on today because Max Hardy put in a 1 minute 55.1 on lap number 4. David Krawiecki rounds out the podium for the reactive parts MRO Powerbikes ahead of Tom Benstead. Then it's the first of the second place this weekend for Aaron Collins, so Snetterton will be right at the top now of his favourite circuits, I'm sure. Over Tyler Donovan, Kieran Smith with the number 5 machine, he rounds out the overall top 10 and is